All right, we're
Oh,
live.
buddy.
I got a paper cut on my pinky on Friday right before I left work, and I was like, this is not fair. I was almost done with my
No
day.
good.
Why would you do this to me? But hi, everybody. How's it hanging? We're back with Digitized
hanging.
Heroes and the gang. How's the gang doing?
Good.
And today we're still at the festival, but it sounds like we might be heading to the library today, so we have named our episode Higher Learning.
Yes.
And
Higher learning. Absolutely the alibi. 100%.
Boo, learning. Boo.
Hayes
Shut
is
up.
going in hopes of finding a cute librarian to marry so that they don't have to go to that terrible meeting with their ex.
Yay, library.
X question mark.
How much of a shameless sport I've been throughout this whole game experience. Absolutely. 100%. Let's go, librarian boyfriend. Let's go.
All
You
right.
heard it here first, folks.
So, however,
No.
as it currently stands,
I'm
you
running away
guys,
from my problems.
as it currently stands, you guys just left the seamstress's shop with the princess, with all new snazzy outfits for the most part, and are headed back into the festival.
To do what? Where are we headed?
You're just meandering with the princess at the moment, so if you guys wanted to split off and go to the library, you could. But I don't think Hayes has communicated that the information, or I should say Briar has not communicated the information that they found out, or neither has Boss.
Yeah, we haven't had the bandwidth just yet to do so. So
That's probably important, isn't it?
yeah, communication is key.
Mm-hmm.
Only if you want the rest
If
of
you
the party
guys
to know
make
stuff.
me, if you guys
I
make me use my whisper spell again,
Oh my.
Leave
You
for
should probably
Morrigan
get that.
alone. Morrigan's used like almost
I'm
all
sorry,
of the things.
Dad. I'm coming.
Wow, that is amazingly ironic that Doug
No.
is the communicator in the group.
I was just off the face. I'm sorry.
Anyway, yeah,
So
go
we're
ahead.
all together.
How do you want to proceed?
Let's see. Well, all of our fancy clothes have been purchased, all legally. At least allegedly, looking at Fox.
We all saw the princess buy my
We all
clothes.
saw the princess. Yeah.
Celine got
As
him.
I
Yeah.
drag them around in the dirt.
I tease out of affection. So, let's see. We're probably on our way out by now, right? We
Yeah,
made
you guys left at the end of the last
well,
episode.
she made the transaction.
Mhm.
So, I think Briar would approach Morgan since the mission at hand does have her attention, and by extension, Lakey, who's probably close by. Would that be accurate?
Yeah, probably.
So once we were like somewhat out of, well, maybe not somewhat, but estimated to be out of earshot of Captain Grumpy Pants Galleon.
Mm-hmm. Grumpy Galleon Pants.
Yeah. Briar could tap on Morgan's shoulder to get
Huh?
her attention. Yeah, big meaty claw.
Ah! No. She turns around and she's like, "Oh yeah, did you find the stuff that I asked you to go get?"
I know where to find it.
Okay,
Um,
I'll take it.
he takes out his journal to show the map, and he points to it. It would seem that we would need to go to this library to do homework pretty much.
Oh, okay. I was hoping that guy would just tell us how to fucking do it, but all right. I guess we'll go
Well,
read some books.
he's protecting his
Also
craft
gonna raise his hand.
delicately.
Yeah, boss.
I do remember that gentleman saying that we gotta do our homework because if we don't do the runes in the right way, we could actually harm the mermaid. And so we
Yeah.
gotta be very careful about it. And I got about 2 brain cells, and both of them are on lunch break, so we gotta go look learning.
All right. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, he did give us a basic hint on how the system works.
Oh,
Just
okay.
it it goes from simple to complex. It's kind of like
Like a
it's a
puzzle?
puzzle essentially,
Oh.
an elimination puzzle, if that makes sense.
I don't know what that is, but yeah, get rid of stuff in a puzzle. Sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I can probably explain it better in the library. Uh, if we want to do the legwork on that one.
All right. Yeah. Morgan's gonna fly up a little bit taller and make sure all of our gang here is like, "Hey, we're going to the library. Who wants to come?"
Uh, why are we going to the library? What's happening?
Rune shit.
Lock picking.
Okay. Alright, I'll come.
Yeah.
Boss like this little
I
happy
know
feet
Boss
dance.
is coming. I know Briar's coming.
While
Fox is
while you guys
coming.
are deciding to go to the library, you see a massive dragon fly overhead, heading for the castle.
Jesus.
It's kind of got a serpentine neck and the traditional 2 wings. And nobody seems to be freaking out about it. It's new to you. It's new to the other players in the crowd, but people have been seeing these all over the place recently. And it lands at the castle, and no one's freaked out about it.
This is the prince. Where we're not around the princess. Damn.
You are around the princess. The princess is with you.
Did she say anything
Is,
about it?
Excuse me. What I would question,
Yes.
is that normal? Does that happen often?
Yes. That'll be the Ashrani delegation showing up for talks with my father. Which actually reminds me, Gally, we should probably head back soon.
So that's somebody's ride?
Yeah. You really can't interact with them. Interacting with them is like a very dangerous dance. The people that pilot those are very trained. Otherwise they'll just eat you. So we give them a wide berth at the castle, but
Okay.
I'll ride that
Well,
train.
it can't be on the dragon the whole time, right? The dragon could just eat whatever, right?
right,
That's
they've
strange.
got spells in place to prevent that from happening.
Oh, sure, yeah. Spells for the fucking humongous dragon. Sure, yeah. Why not?
Well, you could talk to him, but then it would drag on and on.
Hell yeah. Bump
Okay.
it.
The princess kind of laughs and
Yeah,
goes,
yeah.
"No, these dragons don't talk like some of the others do. They tend to be more giant acid spitting lizards.
So there's dragons who also talk.
Yeah, but different kinds. They're different species of dragons. But Galleon, we should probably head back. The Ashrani delegation will want to talk to my father, and I would love to see the ambassador. And Galleon goes, yeah, we can do that.
Well, thanks for spending the day with us. It
Absolutely.
was a pleasure. I take a big, deep bow.
She
Yeah,
laughs.
try not to die from the goddamn dragon, I guess. Goodbye.
Oh no, they come like once a month. I'm used to this by now.
Yeah,
Alright.
it's just a dragon, Morrigan.
You better pipe down, you little shit. No one's talking to you right now.
Saphira, did you want to, stay here and enjoy the time with your friends since we have to head back?
I think I will. I'd rather not cross paths with my mother.
Very well.
Oh, Celine, if I could have a private word with you.
Okay. She'll
So
step
he
to the
gets-
side. Galleon's a little iffy about it, but you know, you've been hanging out the whole day. You don't look that dangerous, and he thinks he could take you, so.
Oh yeah, crippled war vet. He could absolutely stand a chance against me. Yep. Says my hubris. So Briar leans in, you know, hand over his mouth, so it's a secret between the two. You know what would really piss your dad off
What's that?
is to maybe make a few generous anonymous donations to the clinics around the city while you're out.
She kind of gives you this sly little smirk and goes, "What do you think I've been doing for years?"
I knew I liked you. Okay, you have a good day, Your Majesty.
And she dips back to Galleon, just does a little skip and a hop. And Hale says, It's been really nice to meet all of you."
Yeah, yeah.
It was a pleasure. Thank you.
We'll
And
see you
don't feel
around.
forced into drinking. You know, I know you tried the thing. You really, really don't have to ever. There's always something else tastier out there.
Thank you.
Sorry if that's a weird note to land on.
No, you're good.
No,
That's how I connected with you. So
you were right. It was awful. I'm glad the rest of you enjoyed it. That was
Oh, and
nah,
take
kid.
care
You
of
and I, we
yourself,
got
Hale.
the good sense. That's all.
So is Hale going to go? He is going with the princess, right?
Yes, he's going back with the princess.
Um. Uh. So, Hale, take care of yourself.
Oh, before I go, did any of you drop a notebook? I seem to have come up with another one spare, and I don't know where I got it.
No, I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah. I guess I'll check if I have my notebook on me.
He's
I have
referring to
mine.
the extra notebook that Fox gave him, but he doesn't know that Fox
Mhm.
gave it to him. It just appeared in his back pocket.
Yeah, I made a good stealth roll.
All right. Yeah.
All
Okay.
right, well, I guess I'll put it to use. I don't
If
know
he
who to
opens
give it
it,
back
there's
to.
a little drawing of a fox in the back.
Oh, okay.
He's got to let himself be known, you know.
But in the back.
Obviously, he has not flipped through to the back yet. He's checked inside the front cover to be like, "Does somebody write their name in here? Where did this come from?" But has not seen that. And yeah, unless you guys have anything more to say, they say their goodbyes and head back to the castle.
Bye, Galleon. Bye.
He does not wave.
Oh.
Asshole.
So Saphira says
Go
bye
away.
and tells Galleon to keep an eye on Talon.
Of course, my lady. I hope you have a wonderful
Thank you,
day.
sir. You as well, sir.
And they head off. And you guys are free to head to the library.
To the library.
So did anyone get a reading on the captain?
I mean, just besides that, he's an ass.
Yeah, aside from that one.
No.
Mm.
Not
That
me.
was as
anyway.
boring as they come, it seems like.
Of course, you would take discipline as boring.
Yeah, of course I would.
Hell, are you talking about discipline?
He didn't strike me as boring or disciplined. He struck me as afraid.
Oh, tell me more.
Well, Hale made the very obvious comment that his armor didn't have any dents in it,
Very
which
concerning.
means however he got to that position, it wasn't earned. People like that are always afraid of what's going to bring about their downfall.
That's very true.
Yeah, probably
feel
just
like he
looking
had a
for a
lot of-
power trip, really.
Yeah, a lot of false confidence.
Unearned confidence, I think. More like.
Boss is gonna raise his hand.
Yeah,
What if
boss.
he bought new armor at the store and that's why it doesn't have any dents in it?
Well, it's definitely ornamental, but
I think
if
it's an
he-
expression, boss. I think maybe it's like
Okay.
a metaphor, like, you know?
All right, he's just gonna like waddle off. Not much is going on in here.
So to get to the Silverthorn City Library, you have to hop from one train to another. It's a separate train line than the one that you guys have been riding in a circle on. But it's not too long around. It's about halfway around the circle, and then you hop another station to Silverthorn, which is a new part of the city that you guys have not been to. Except for maybe our NPCs, who may have gone once or twice to Silverthorn. Silverthorn is another district, and it seems as you ride into town that there's a lot of, like, ruins, almost. There's, like, chunks of buildings that haven't been repaired, or chunks of buildings that have partially been repaired, and new things have been built in the wreckage of those buildings. There's also a certain kind of historical aspect to it, almost as though they keep part of the ruins the way that they are because it's history. Because Silverthorn used to be part of the city where the castle used to be before the Starlight family took over.
That's interesting. So this is-
Over.
Interesting.
Interesting. Writing that down.
I take it this historical section of the city, then?
Are you talking to me or are you talking to the NPCs? But Briar does have on his map where the library is, by the way. I believe you are the only person who has the library on their maps. You gotta lead the way
right.
there.
I have the map!
Where's the map? Where's the map? Where's the map? Where's the map?
On my hip! Yep. So,
There's the
he takes his journal out again and gets situated, figuring out where he is. Which is probably a challenge. Should I roll for it?
I don't think you need to. Because you stop at a train station, you can see kind of what direction to head in to get to the train station.
Right.
Not to mention, your NPCs might kind of know the way.
Right.
DeLacy and Lakey, that's you two.
Bring
Yeah, I
us
guess
to the
it's-
library.
Yeah, if Morgan sees Briar struggling at all, then she's gonna look over to Lake like, you know where the library is?
Of course.
You look like you would, yeah.
Yes. It's not a problem. Up this
Cool,
way.
thanks.
Like he just sets off.
Yeah,
Gotta
that's
kick
fine.
up. Keep up,
Close as
It's got long legs.
As you approach the library, you see a almost cathedral-like building, very Gothic in its architecture. Think Notre Dame, but smaller. But it's about a 2-story building with some stained glass windows. And as you walk in the doors, which are left open, you see shelves upon shelves of books covering the walls. Where there would normally be windows on a cathedral are just bookshelves. There's no... It's lit primarily by magically lit candles and other sources of light. There's a large desk at the front where one would presumably check out books or ask for help. And there is a massive statue that is almost part of that front desk, which imitates a scroll coming out of the chest of a woman with tattoos on her face.
All right, that's cool.
It's pretty sick. This is a cool library.
Right. So, how does one? Is there an? I'm assuming there's some kind of index. Right. Okay. I'm gonna figure out how to look up the books we need.
Okay.
I mean, would it blow our cover to ask the librarian?
Question, guide.
Yes.
As someone who steals information a lot, would I like intrinsically know how to search a system like this? Like what we're looking for
You
is in
might.
that direction.
It depends on, I guess, what information you usually go for. I feel like you would probably know how to look something up for sure, but you could definitely also ask the librarian if that's a choice you'd like to make.
I think given the nature of what we're looking up, I think DeLacy would just offer to try and find it, because the less attention we draw, the better.
Okay.
Not sure if that's something you want me to roll for, or...
Yeah, if you'd like to.
Yeah. Why not? He's off his game today, that's a 1.
Oh no. You've been to the library before. You're not really sure how the index system works for that section of the library that you think it would be in.
Maybe he's still distracted by Briar's outfit earlier.
Well, he is being very quiet because he is very embarrassed, so. For multiple reasons. Fox.
Problem child.
Fox doesn't know how to be embarrassed, I think.
No shame. I have no shame.
But we're looking for a magic section or something, right? Let's ask the lady at the front desk. You know, that's at libraries, right?
Yeah, there's actually nobody at the front desk at the moment, but there is one of those like bells that you can hit to call for help.
Boss is gonna look at Fox and kind of give the sibling look of he wants to do it too, and kind of like initiates the race to the bell.
Fox, of course, wants to hit us a bad, but he's probably gonna let Boss hit it.
He's just gonna go plop, 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 plop,
Get
plop,
that bell.
and then
I'm still gonna race you though.
climb up to the desk. Should we roll for it, actually?
Sure,
Sure,
roll
yeah.
for it. Whoever gets
Jump
the higher
for it.
number gets the bell.
Harley's
I wanna
gets there
let Boss
first.
hit it.
If you
Oh,
tie, you butt
right,
into
let's
each other
start
and knock heads.
Okay, let me get my... Where are you? There she is. Okay. I got a 17.
I got an 11. Boss got it.
Boss got it. Boss's
Nice.
little hoppy legs give him the edge,
Yeah.
and he pops up and
Wing,
ding.
Damn. Like Ninja Warrior.
Perfect.
And you hear, "I'll be down in just a second," from the second floor, just above you, actually. And while you would be like, "Oh, they're gonna come down the stairs," no. This woman slithers over the edge of the second floor because her lower half is that of a snake and her upper half is that of a human.
Yes.
You see a woman who kind of looks like she has vitiligo, but also is basically a banana piebald python.
That's so sick.
She kind of lets herself down. She's very used to doing so, apparently. And slithers down from the second floor. She's got her hair tied up so it's out of her face. It's very curly. It's very like almost African hairstyle, so that it's out of her face. It's got a lot of volume to it. It's very, very, very curly. But she's got patches of yellow and white all over her skin, all over her face. It's even her hair is yellow and white.
Oh gosh, that's gotta be so pretty.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh.
Super cool.
And she's wearing, a standard librarian, like, nice jacket, almost like a cardigan over a nice shirt, a little blouse, some jewelry. And she says, "Yeah, how can I help you?"
Um, we were hoping for some academic materials about rune construction.
And deconstruction.
Okay, I think that would probably be over in our either magic or artifacts section. Are you looking for anything more specific in terms of title or author or anything like that?
Not specifically, more of instruction, if an
Group
introduction
project.
to them.
Yeah, why don't you guys follow me over there? And she slithers around the desk this time, around you guys. And she's got a very long body. But she makes her way over to a section, kind of in the back of the library, the back, like, right-hand corner as you come in the door. And starts pulling books off the shelves, and she kind of, like, lifts herself up higher than you would think a normal person could go because she's got a longer body. She can reach the taller shelves without having to use the sliding ladders and things like that. And she hands you down a couple of books that she thinks might be helpful. One is the basics of rune construction, um, and the other is runes and how they function.
Excellent.
Do you think these would be a good starting point for you, or should I keep looking?
I believe this is a good building block. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful.
May I ask your name? We're new here.
Of course. My name is Nkiru.
Inkiru. Goodness, yay.
And for those of you making notes, that's Nkiru.
My name is Briar. Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you too. Are you new in town? I don't think I've seen you here before.
Yeah, it's my second day here.
Oh, I see. Are you in town for the festival?
More or less, yes. I'm probably passing through.
Oh, I see. Well, while you're here, I hope you enjoy your studies.
Thank you very much.
All right, it's nice to meet all of you. I should head back to shelving the books upstairs. Please let me know if there's anything else I can do for you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Oh, I'm Fox, by the way.
Nice to meet you, Fox. She goes
You're supposed
upstairs.
to whisper in a library. Thank you.
Oh, still
Boss
whiz.
is gonna be like, Boss is gonna put his little hands on his hips and be like, "Yeah, Fox."
Nkiru heads off to go back upstairs. She does, in fact, take stairs up to the second floor. There are a couple of staircases kind of in the middle that you can go up either way and get to the second balcony.
No, mind your manners or there's no snacks.
You would dare.
I would dare.
Can Fox wander around the library?
Yeah, absolutely. You will notice the library is fairly empty of people. Especially with the festival going on, people are just going to do that instead of coming and hanging out at the library. So, you have a certain degree of privacy.
So, yeah, I
Briar's
guess
gonna set up a study section or in a corner. With the with the books and things. That's my piece. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, cool. I was, yeah.
Can I roll to see if Fox finds any other books in this section?
I mean, you're gonna find a ton of books in this section. It's a library.
Well,
What are you looking for specifically?
Rune
Maybe if
specific.
there's
Oh yeah,
like
there's a bunch of
restricted
different.
section, maybe?
I'm sorry, hang on one second. There's a bunch of different books on runes, so if you want to look through more of them, you certainly can. Some of them might be a lot more out of your understanding range. She's definitely given you like the beginner books for learning how runes work.
I mean, Fox probably wouldn't understand these things, but Teddy is very interested in the inner workings of these runes, and he's willing to challenge himself a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, you can find a higher class rune book if you'd like, and try and work your way through it.
Yeah, maybe like a second level.
You do have to climb up a ladder to get to it, but I'll say that you find one.
Yes.
So could
Yes,
we
library
argue?
ladders.
Yeah, they got the sliding ones, the really nice, like, slidey. We all want those in our libraries, let's be real.
We all want those in our lives.
We could argue that runes are almost like programming codes, right?
Yeah.
In which case, Teddy would have.
It's just another system. New rules to learn.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like in the context of
Well,
the
you
game,
know that-
it's like a puzzle game almost.
Totally. This is probably. I don't know if anyone here even consider the fact that Fox may be able to read. But,
No.
but now he's suddenly at a table, quiet, and reading.
Oh my god, is that all it took? Holy shit.
That's what happens with ADHD kids and their special interests, man. That's how it goes.
That's how it go. That's how they do.
It do be how it go.
Love it.
So is Briar has both of the books that we picked out with
Yes.
them? Yeah, so Moradug's gonna go over and just offer like I mean, you can only read one of them at a time. You want to hand me one? I can give it a shot.
Sure. Would you like the introduction or the construction?
Whatever you don't want.
You can have the intro.
All right, sounds good. And I'll find some place to start reading. Should I make a roll to see if I find the pertinent information?
Yeah, if you guys
I
want
could roll
to.
too.
Did anybody else want to do anything before you start settling into reading whatever books you've picked out?
There is something DeLacy wanted to do, but I don't know when the opportunity is going to present itself. Essentially, he was going to finally share what he got off his dossier with the whole of the party.
Well, this
Okay.
would probably be a great time.
He's not sure when exactly to like draw that attention because like they are very focused on their task at hand. I don't want to interrupt that.
Maybe sharing it with the rest of the party that's not reading a book.
Okay,
So
so
we can always relay that information to those who are reading, or they can kind of like overhear and stop
Yeah.
reading and add their 2 cents.
well, you also
Yeah.
know, Smalls, that it's pertinent to Hale's situation because Hale's collar, while the mermaid had like 7 or 8 runes on the outside that kind of like repeated on all the sides, Hale's collar had dozens of runes on there. So
Mm-hmm.
runes are something that's very applicable to that situation as well.
Right. So I do think then in that case, he would very, very seriously actually grab the attention of the other party members to share that with.
Okay.
And it comes with a disclaimer of I've been racking my brain over this, but fresher eyes might be what I need. Fresh eyes and probably smarter heads.
I have
And
at least one eye.
and lays down his dossier, which has Hale's journal entries and his poems.
Alright, give me one tick. It may disappear from the screen, but I'm going to release that visibly to the other players. Let me see. Where is it?
Oh, so excited.
This is going to be a lot of reading. I'm so sorry. Permissions.
And
Permissions.
there's definitely, as a flavor text, there's a lot of humility written across his face that he can't decode this himself. Ears are down.
Aww.
Alright, can you guys see it now?
Yes, I can see it at least.
Perfecto.
Wait.
It should be under... What is the thing?
A world info.
Is it Hale's journal?
Yes.
No. Oh wait. Yes. Okay.
Oh, that's a lot of reading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So before we start tucking into this, just for my ick-addled brain, who's doing what? Who's on Team Rune and who's on Team Journal?
I'm on Team Journal.
Okay.
Journal.
Okay.
Morgan and Briar are Team Rune.
Okay.
I'm hoping I can slightly overhear some of the journal stuff, but...
Oh, you're all at the same table, so very definitely.
Isn't Fox also reading?
Fox is reading, but is very interested in Hale's journal.
Yeah,
Because he remembers
Fox hasn't
what he
learned
went
any
through
of
to
this
get
either.
all
All the info. All the info.
Okay. Cool. Lakey is just gonna tuck into a book and just start looking for stuff, even though he doesn't really know what he's looking for.
Oh, what if DeLacy actively asks for your eyes on this because he respects your intelligence?
Then Lakey will tuck into that book without really knowing what he's looking for.
Did DeLacy share any of the stuff that he spoke to? Was your owl friend's name Erasmus or something like that?
Erasmus. I don't know that he has yet. My brain is also a little foggy for not ick reasons. And I'm trying to remember what I actually got from Erasmus as far as the journal goes.
Erasmus pointed out... Oh. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay, I was going to say, Erasmus pointed out one of the things that Hale couldn't say and had very cleverly hidden in one of the poems is that the first letters of that one poem spelled out the word mother, which indicated that he couldn't say the word mother. And the other thing that he pointed out was he was like, well, the king kind of started going off the rails about 4 to 5 years ago, right after this one guy got assassinated at the palace. So you might want to look into that guy.
Yeah.
And his living relative, whose name is Philip.
He goes, now listen, I'm a confession here. I'm a mama's boy through and through. So, fella not being able to even recollect her do not sit right with me. But I think I might be a little too emotional in this case to be any more helpful than I already have been.
I appreciate you showing us all this. Yeah, hold on. I'm looking for something real quick to be able to read off of.
Teddy completely understands, but doesn't really know what to say.
Yeah, Doug's holding back, like, hey, not everyone's mom's great, we don't know whatever, but, like, since he seems, pretty sorrowful about this, Doug's not going to be a total asshole about it.
No, please, hurt the man who broke your heart, please.
Nah.
You're right.
Nah, Sug.
We're not rubbing.
It would just be a
salt in the wound,
bummer
not in
thing to
this group.
say anyway, yeah.
By the way, so you don't all have to look at all of the poems. Only that one poem does the mother thing at the beginning of the letters. All the rest of them are just poems. You can kind of skip those.
Oh, but they talk about the stone.
They do. Talk about lots of stuff.
Okay, so I can't I can't quickly find the thing I'm looking for from the game book.
Okay.
So yeah, I'll just go ahead and say Doug opens up our like menu notebook thing,
Yeah.
like to try to make some notes in, and as he's skimming through, he sees like upcoming magician power, like skill tree
Yeah,
stuff.
like a skill tree.
Yeah. And he sees that way far away, like near the end of what you can learn as a magician, is a spell called Control.
Mm-hmm.
And he glances at that, and then tries to lay that out for everyone to see. I don't know if NPCs can see it or not.
They
But
can.
This is kind of interesting. This is kind of mind control-y something that might be going on with Hale.
Oh, is that a spell?
Yeah, I really should find it. You guys go on. I'll be back
I
in a
think
sec.
we were talking about it in your channel, if I recall correctly. Just a few days.
Yeah, I'm just trying to remember. I guess.
Are you looking for the actual move in the book?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember exactly what like the wording said about it.
I got it here. Hang on a second. It reads, you dominate the mind of a nearby creature for the next hour. The creature will do anything you verbally command them to do without the exception or hesitation. When the spell ends, they remember everything that happened. This spell is cursed. If you use control to harm another creature, you permanently forfeit your character and they become an NPC boss. The guide will now play your character as the villain in the story. The guide will inform, or as a villain in the story. The guide will inform you if your use of the spell will cause your character to become an NPC before you cast it. You must agree to forfeit your character, otherwise you may not cast control to harm another creature.
So I'm thinking, like, is his, little Kala thing making some version of this happen, I don't know, over and over again, like recasting it on him as something? I don't know. Maybe some magician is behind some of this. I don't know.
It's possible. That magic stuff's a little above my head, though. Y'all would know better than I would.
That sounds right to me, too.
Yeah, I don't really know what to do about it, but
Is there a counter? We could try to find that.
Well, by rights, if the collar is the means of transcribing the spell, then undoing the runes would undo the spell, wouldn't it?
yeah,
That's
fair enough.
correct.
Yeah.
Well, that feels correct anyway. How it was explained to us is that in order to undo rune work, you isolate certain symbols and eliminate them systematically, like from simple to complex. You know what? I need a visual. So he reaches for his journal, goes to the blank taking note pages, takes out a stylus, and he starts doodling like little random shapes. Okay, so I have like 12 shapes here, right? So we're going to assume circles are the simple while the octagon is the most complex, right? We need to eliminate all the circles first, all the triangles next, so on and so forth. That's how I understand how the system works. Now, granted, these books here are to prove that theory, or at least, I'm double checking if that's the task at hand here. Um, but wait, you said a collar? Hale has a
Yeah,
collar? I didn't notice that.
it's mercifully hidden underneath that scarf of his most of the time.
Of course it is. Damn.
It also seemed to be glowing a little bit in proximity to Galleon.
Oh, Galleon in particular?
It might have just been the glowing of the stone that just happens on its own, but it was very, very similar between whatever was around Galleon's neck and around Hale's.
No, I didn't like him.
Now, I don't know if he's the one who usually has it, or it might be a proximity thing, like a lead and a collar almost. One with the collar only gets so far from the one with the lead, and Galleon may not always be the one with the lead, but if he was given it for the day so Hale could leave the area he's usually contained to, that would make sense.
Okay, I'm gonna suggest a possible angle to this that I don't like mentioning, because, you know, fuck cops. Knights, I mean. But,
It could work.
we don't
You know,
know
Knights of
that...
Influence.
Yeah, good. But there is a possibility, isn't there, that, like, whatever thing Galleon has is also controlling him in some capacity? Isn't there? Like, none of us have really tried to talk to him much. We don't know if he can't say things or whatever the fuck.
I mean, we do know that he goes fuzzy when you start to talk to him about specific things.
Oh, sorry, no, I meant, yeah, that happens with Hale, but I
With
mean, Galleon, like, you know, asshole knight, Galleon, grumpy head.
Saphira, you have talked
I
to
don't
him
know.
at length walking up the hill from the bar to home. There was no fuzzy.
There was no fuzzy. Sorry, I thought we were still talking about Hale. I was trying to listen and read at the same time.
Yeah, you're all good.
No, no,
You're
worries.
okay.
I heard a bunch of Hale's stuff.
Yeah, I read a good chunk of that. Saphira is concerned and wants to know where he's taken from.
Yeah, they frequently lock him away in a little tower. He has a lot of dreams about drowning, strangely. A lot of rage he's not allowed, it feels like, to express, like it. I think he's literally being suppressed in some way. I'm not sure the form we see of him is his actual form. Apparently he's got little nubbins. He's just coming through the skin, like it's not even his skin. That might just be me reading too much into it. But but he's got horns. He's got a tail.
Lion-like.
I wonder
Lion-like.
if he was an acolyte of some holy place. He does mention an abbey in some of the later posts. So I wonder if he is maybe an acolyte, or maybe someone training to be in the priesthood or some type of religious organization.
And why don't they want him remembering his mama?
A lot of the
He does.
entries are about struggling to remember anything, except he seems to understand he misses someone. It's people.
And also, he remembers things that she taught him. I do remember something that he's always supposed to be kind. When he tries to say that it was his mother who taught him, I'm assuming he was trying to say that's what his mother always taught him, but it goes very fuzzy and blank shortly after that.
His mother or a mother superior?
That's
Wonder if he was at he did say an abbey, so he could be a student there. I'm more curious of where he came from. It's very vague.
That's probably what the collar is doing, is making him forget where he's from, so you could stay here. Which is fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the king is coconuts, bananas, angry,
Of
upsetting
course.
everybody.
I also don't think,
We-
from what I've read so far, I don't think the king has the people's interest at heart.
Oh,
And there's something
no, he
funky
does
going
not.
on about that big green floating jewel.
Do we need to pay the king a visit? Boss is gonna go like very cartoon style.
Maybe not just yet.
Could use our fancy clothes.
I'm tiny. I can fit in small places.
That
Just
you
put that
could.
in the back of your brain.
Well, before we invade the monarchy, which, mind, loving the energy, but they have a dragon over there currently, so I think at minimum we should wait until the Wyvern fucks off first.
A later date. If we can figure out these runes for this mermaid, we might be able to figure out something for Hale.
Yeah, I was rolling to see if I got anything from this book, and I got a 6.
Yeah, I was
Should
actually
hand
going to
it off
ask
someone?
when you guys got to a point where that was relevant. Yeah, do you guys want to roll, those of you that are reading rune books, to see what you get?
Yeah, I'll roll.
Can I
I got a
re-roll?
19.
Oh, nice.
What did you get?
Didn't even study. Look at that.
Well, I had rolled it while we were talking about Hale stuff, and I'd gotten a 6, but then you said you guys could roll, so I was like, can I re-roll?
Yeah, you can re-roll. You are allowed to
Okay.
re-roll. I will let you.
Thank you.
I also got a 19.
16.
Okay.
Sweet.
And
19 from Mal.
Teddy, was Teddy rolling as well, or?
Oh, yeah. I'll take a roll.
Yeah, hacker dude, let's go.
Do that.
No
for me.
joke, a 19.
Nice.
That's
Well, you
insane.
guys all got really high rolls. I will say, yeah. I don't know if any of you wrote down the runes that you found, but I think there weren't that many to remember. So if you didn't write them down, you start seeing them in the books. You guys can collaborate together and be like, oh, I remember seeing this one. I remember seeing that one, and like piecing together, which ones between the four of you were in there, as well as you know how to eliminate the most simplest, but you slowly start to learn that the runes kind of act almost like a sentence, where runes themselves are almost like words that do different things magically, but the simpler ones are kind of like ands and these and twos and as, like they're the in-between words that link the more important spells together. And you piece together that the spells on Lawfrey's container are to control, not using the spell control, but to control the fact that the tank cannot be broken by people inside of it, and that the people inside of it can't use magic.
Okay.
So that way they can't break out.
Which makes
Okay,
sense.
so only from the inside can it not be broken. We can just
So-
smash the tank.
That's what it sounds like to me. Lawfrey has a way once she's out of... Well, I guess we gotta get her out of the runes, though. Once she's out of that, then she can, like, teleport herself and use her magic, but... I don't know if she can leave the runes once we smash the tank.
Well, it doesn't say anything about physically holding her there. Does it?
There's a lid on it, so she can't get out because she can't break it.
The only thing keeping her there is the tank.
Right.
Physically, anyway. And then she can't use magic to try and break it.
She would have to get outside of the tank, which if you broke the glass, she could, kind of slide out and then start moving.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But hypothetically.
Hypothetically, if we can even break through that tank from the outside, it's a big boy. But we're pretty destructive. I feel like we could figure out a way.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty destructive. I feel.
Yeah, let's stress test this. Let's light this candle. No, no, no. I did not say that seriously. Stop it. All right, so
Wish I could remember all the runes on Hale's. We didn't get to record those, did we? Just
No,
his
you guys really didn't
journal.
ask about it, I don't think.
I think it was the theater of the mind.
Would like to. More specifically than looking at translations with runes, like they're doing.
Mhm.
Look at the theory and construction of runes
Okay.
and how runes are used, and if they need to be used to construct their own sort of magic, or if they can be used to perpetuate other spells and abilities.
Okay. Do you want to give me a roll for that, or do you want to count that in your 19?
I mean,
Down on there.
yeah, if I have an option.
Yeah. Well, we can do the 19.
Yes, count it by the 19.
Yes.
What did you get on that roll, out of curiosity?
Nothing?
Nothing! Oh, buddy.
Don't worry about it, DM. Don't worry about it.
Not to worry, not to worry about it. Don't worry
No,
about it.
I'll count
Don't
that in
worry
your
about it.
19.
Don't worry about it.
I'll count that in your 19 because you rolled so high. You
It was
do.
actually a 15, so it wasn't terrible. But
Oh,
it
that's
wasn't
not
a
bad
19.
either. Yeah, no, that's still a success. But no, you definitely.
It could be 2 successes.
It is. But you definitely start picking up more on like how magic can be channeled in, how magic. I'm sorry. Can you repeat what you were looking for again?
Basically Runes 101. Like, is the language of runes specific to the magic of runes, or can the language of runes be applied to other spells and abilities?
So runes themselves are kind of whatever you make it. It has a lot to do with intention. A lot of the runes have been standardized just so that other people can read them, but you can kind of channel it in as long as you use appropriate markings to the spell. And people have done a lot of theory about, well, why does this work for this spell and not for this one? Why does it have to be, this many markings for this spell and this spell only gets 3? There's specific necessities for certain spells, as well as, how to link them together.
So would the rune sentence on the tank be something like container, no magic?
Yeah, it's
No
pretty
break.
simple. It's kind of more along the lines of like this box is unbreakable and
Devoid of magic.
devoid of magic, yeah, roughly speaking. So it's
Yeah,
a
I bet
pretty
there's some kind of room
straightforward.
of, like, magic canceling.
There is. Lakey actually might know something about magic cancellation.
No.
Got there.
Yes. There is a spell that Lakey tried to use earlier in the campaign, and it didn't work on Hale's Collar, called No.
See, I wasn't being obstinate. I was being helpful.
No.
That must be very effective towards his siblings.
Sorry, I'm running parallel thought processes, and I'm still chasing down how to rune thoughts.
Actually, if you want to take a minute, it's 9 o'clock. We could take our bathroom break.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, sounds good.
Excellent. Good
Okay,
call.
let's do that then, and we'll be back in 10 to 15.
Go team.
Oh, wow.
All right.
Go team. We're all so smart.
And we're back.
Don't you threaten me with a good time?
It's
Nice.
too late. I have.
Hello again, friends.
And what if I did?
You can threaten me with a good time. I'll take it. I'm just saying.
Well, it's not a threat. You better promise and mean that shit. Like,
Yeah, follow through. Man.
I would do no less for any of you.
Facts.
All right, Lakey was going to ask some questions where we left off.
Like, he was gonna ask a lot of
A
questions.
lot of questions.
Hey,
And
let's
I'm going
dangle a
to
new
try to
logic
come up with
symptom.
them.
Let's well, so here's the thing.
Yes.
I'm happy to ask the questions and then just have it be that Lakey checks a couple books out of the library and
Yeah.
goes back and reads them later. So, basically what I'm looking for is more of how runes work. What scale of things can runes control? Can adding runes in the inscription change the spell properties that the runes are holding? Like, can you have it be like a latent spell effect? Can it change the scale of the power? Can it change the target of the spell?
Mm-hmm.
Can it only be spells? Can it also be abilities? Do runes need constant power sources? Like, do they need to be recharged or maintained? Can runes be subverted once they're inscribed, or are they only able to be modified during their initial casting or inscription or whatever the word is for runes?
Okay. I will say, because I've got your list here, runes are somewhat limited in what they can control based on what magic and abilities can be used on them. And yes, abilities to some degree can be used depending on how it works. Basically, the way that it works based on your reading is rather than using the AP that they would spend to use the spell, they funnel it into those runes. So it uses a lot of energy putting it into those runes. But it kind of works consistently down the road until one of those runes is destroyed. There's not a ton of maintenance. Obviously, if you use a softer material, you might have to redo it now and again because it might get destroyed. Like if you were to put rune in sandstone and then a storm comes and washes the sand up, you might have issues with it. But they can be damaged by outside forces and would have to be recreated.
Okay.
Let's see. In terms of changing targets, usually they're very specific in what they can do. It's like creating a set of rules for what it can do, what it can't do.
So it's like math.
It's kind of like
basically.
math, or like if you're playing Simon Says, Simon Says touch your nose, you touch your nose, but if it doesn't say Simon Says, you don't. It's very much specific to
Programming
making
language.
Yeah, definitely programming language, which is what Teddy is also looking into as Fox. So you guys could collaborate a little bit if you so chose.
Okay.
That's my collaborating hands.
I think the collaboration is going to be.
I was gonna say, is Fox doing that? These hands in the game because Boss is just gonna do it with them, not because he knows what's going on, but just because it's just
Yes.
We all visually and physically stem around each other.
But they're idle animations.
Doug's
Oh
looking
my God,
around
we
like, is
are.
this a
Oh,
TikTok
fuck.
dance? What is this?
You kids doing that thing for the Vine? Post this on your MySpaces later.
All right, everybody, listen up. Points towards you, Fox.
There's
You
me.
want to say something, right?
I was just ready to plan with Lake A.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Ignore me. I thought you were gonna make an announcement for everybody, and I was just like, ladies and gentlemen.
Good effort, boss.
don't do
Good
that.
effort.
Honestly, I think Lakey's just gonna look up and notice that Fox is also reading a book about runes and start reading Fox's book instead of the one he's holding because it's got more of the advanced bits. And it's just gonna be like a
Just
slow.
together.
just like a slow right, and then like it eventually just felt like into look at that, what about that property, hey, how about that thing, and like it just turns into them having an actual conversation about
For their first time.
the logistical systems.
This is
I love
too
that.
cute.
Oh
Oh
my
my
god, they're
god.
nerding
That's
out.
adorable.
I love it.
Everyone's just looking like Fox can do that? What?
You guys see Saphira looking at them like she understands everything that's going on. Because Rachel understands what's going on. Because Rachel is a systems analyst. so, so she's kind of just like watching them and is like, and like completely is like, I understand everything that's going on
Yeah,
over
the,
here. We're
the
cool.
third head in the book reading.
But she's still like going over Hale's journal because she's really intrigued by a lot of the poetry that's in the pages that she's reviewing.
Speaking of Hale's journal, Smalls, did you want to do your reveal?
Which one?
Your abilities
All
that
of
you're
them.
using.
Wait, which?
We
Sorry,
talked about it
which
during
one
the
did you
break.
say?
You wanted to use
Oh,
your.
the the ability thing, right?
Yes. You had mentioned you wanted to use your tracker.
Yes. I think first he'd show it to Fox because Fox is gonna know immediately what it is as a fellow rogue. He goes, if we ever find something we want to enact, and he pulls out the compass that is the other part of the tracker that will show where Hale is. That's how that works. He goes, we can find him.
You're smart. You were coming in
And
here
then
saying you weren't smart, but you're smart.
And I know you had said you didn't know where to put it on Hale, but I figured out a good spot for you to have put it where it wouldn't get separated too far from Hale. It's on Hale's journal.
There you go.
You stuck it in the little pocket in the binding of the spine of Hale's journal. So it's
Poetic.
It's hidden, it's safe. You'll know right where to find him as long as he has his journal with him. Which he generally
Very
does.
spycraft. Very demure.
Well, Mr. Fox, I'm not so sure it's smart as much as it is paranoia, but if we do need to find the boy again, we can.
Especially if we figure out these runes. We'll probably want to see him pretty soon.
Which you and Mr. Quickstep here seem to be catching on to right fast, and I ain't gonna keep you from any longer.
Runes.
If we want to get the collar off of Hale, then why don't we just put him in the mermaid tank?
Oh, you think it'll dispel the magic? Or will he drown like all his nightmares?
Oh my god.
Those of you who held his hand in the room with all of the fish, he was very uncomfortable in that room.
It doesn't have to have water in it.
That's
We
true.
can still break
You
the
make a good
tank,
point.
right?
That's true.
What if we just like take the lid off or knock it over?
So okay, so here's what if the base of the aquarium, that is the main part of the cage? That's like a fairy circle. It's that's the ceiling part. As long as they're within that barrier, that's where the effect is happening, regardless if there's glass walls or not.
Oh, because I assumed because it says container, no destruction, no magic. Then once the container's broken, there's no container to apply that first command to, I suppose. But we could make our own rune circle that says no magic in the circle if we wanted to try our hand at it. Maybe test on, inorganic things first. But
Preferably. Yeah.
Will it
That's
have a
good theory,
magical
Leaky.
item?
Good job. So how do we do this safely without drowning the town square, though? Because I'm all for busting her out. That's but destroying a tank that large, that's going to cause some flooding. And likely going to damage the festival grounds. So
Yes.
And
There's no one sleeping at the festival grounds, right? Like, no one
Well-
lives there, I would hope. Oh, gosh.
I mean, it is taking place in the middle of town, so yes,
Yes.
people live there.
and it's so I mean,
And just asking Hale to climb into the water as an act of trust don't exactly seem right.
Well, for taking the
Not with how
mermaid
scared he
out,
is.
we could also remove the water. Like, if our goal is to just empty the tank and remove
Yeah.
if
the
we remove
inside,
the water with her inside of the water, that could be our vessel. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know this for sure, but it also seems like, I mean, if Lawfrey herself can just sort of teleport herself, I'd wonder if she could take water with her, because she's got to breathe the whole way. I don't know what I'm talking about. You guys go on. I'm listening.
What was the
I
answer
think we're on
for...
a roll though.
Can we alter the runes after they've been set, or once they're set, they're kind of set?
Once they're set, they're kind of set.
Okay, okay.
You could add,
They're-
but you have to do things in specific orders, or stuff might interact badly. Like, there's a very specific order you have to go in.
Lakey's going to excuse himself from the party. I'll be right back. I need to attend to something. Go back down to the librarian table.
Okay.
And ask Nikiri if she has any books on plane shifting.
Lane shifting.
Yes, that's
shipping.
I
very
didn't know you
high
guys
level.
had planes.
That's very high level
Funny.
magic. I believe that's upstairs. Will you follow me for a moment? And she
Of course.
goes back around the desk and leads you up, kind of in the same general region, but kind of on the other side, the left-hand side rather than the right-hand side. And goes up a little bit further and pulls down a book about plane shifting, plane creation, plane theory, all that jazz.
Cool. We're gonna flip through it and see what we can find about the spell portal.
All right. Pull that up in my notes.
With an 18 on the
Morgan,
die.
you got any portals in there?
So for
Oh,
those of
me?
you that are not wizards, which is all of you except for Mal, portal reads, you conjure a portal
Surprise! Lakey's a wizard!
of...
Nobody asked!
Well, how would you ask that conversationally? What are you? Is a very rude question.
What do you do
Very
for a
fair.
living? Like, you could ask.
Well, he works at the thing and does contracts
works at
for a
the thing.
living.
He works at the
Works
thing.
I
the
feel
thing.
like it was.
That's as far as
be like
Doug
one of
knows.
those, like, instead of the "Are you?" It's like but like with like a wand hand gesture.
Okay.
Are you?
No. Swish and flick.
Avada Kedavra?
Okay. So portal itself reads, you conjure a portal of any shape and orientation that is no larger than a door. It appears at a location of your choice nearby. The portal looks like a window to whatever is on the other side, and its edges crackle and spark with energy. When you cast the spell again, the new portal automatically connects to the previous one. The portals remain open until you choose to close them. Anyone that can fit may pass through them.
How big was that portal again?
The no larger than a door.
How big is Lawfrey?
She could fit through a door. She's
Oh.
big, but she's more long, so like, she could go through a door.
This is a land of animal people? I feel like the term door is subjective.
I was wondering that too, yeah.
That's true. I'm assuming based on the system we're playing that they mean like a normal human-sized door where the maximum is 8 feet
Medium
for
class.
the size of a player.
sizest.
Yeah, for real.
So I would say maximum of 8 feet by, I don't know, like, however wide a door normally is. Maybe a little wider.
4 minimum.
So I would say 8 by 5.
Cool, cool.
It's like half a garage door. That's not terrible.
Not bad.
Lakey's gonna bring the book back down to the table. And just kind of flip through it and the rune book at the same time, just seeing if he can put the construction together on his own. Like, not necessarily like he's gonna go out and try it, but, you know, if it works, he wouldn't not.
Yeah, what if we try to recreate those runes on a small container and see what we can do? Test it out. I don't know if we actually have the high enough level to do that. Apparently we have a wizard, but... It's also an unnecessary step.
Let me see.
Only if you're looking at the book that Lakey's looking at.
Can I roll to see if I can look at it?
He's
Catch that?
not hiding it. It's right on the table, right in front of him.
Yeah, but DeLacy's compromised. Give him a break.
That's fair.
Can I roll if Ashley would understand what that kind of book is?
That's an 18, by the way.
She's allegedly a gamer.
I feel like that book has an awful lot of words that your buddy Erasmus uses. An awful lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
Whether Lakey spots it or not, he gives DeLacy gives Lakey a little smirk. Like,
Honestly, it's probably handwriting. It's probably in Erasmus' handwriting.
Wait, were we rolling for real?
I was.
I think it was
been
just
horribly embarrassed and
DeLacy.
quiet.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you want to look over a notice, you can absolutely look over a notice. But, like, Lakey didn't walk back down and be like, I am a wizard!
Got it.
At least not yet.
I rolled an 18. So,
At this point,
That does
Lakey
something.
has absolutely no qualms about you reading the same book at him at the same time. That's just how you communicate
You
now.
already broached
That's
that
just
level
how
of
they do it.
intimacy, yeah.
That's sweet. That's cute.
They read books together.
So I will say,
Do
They
they-
were
you know.
bookmates! What?
Read
I
books.
will say, Fox/Teddy/August had asked a question, which was, could we recreate this on our own to try and like duplicate it before we try this with the actual mermaid? You know that Lakey has the spell No, but you don't have somebody that knows the other half of the spell, which is an invoker move, which would be Shield.
Mm,
So you don't have somebody who could recreate Shield. You don't have an invoker in the party.
okay. Dang.
However, you could always
Could-
try to find somebody, or see if you know a guy. I don't know.
I was gonna
It
say,
might be an
could
extra
Lakey
unnecessary step. Oh, my bad.
It's like, could Lakey or DeLacy possibly know somebody who does? Not to speak for.
Oh yeah,
Matt,
for
but
sure.
that's
I mean,
the
there's
NPCs.
probably tons of invokers in the city. But it depends on finding them, what their cost would be, how quickly you can get them to participate in this.
So, given that we are NPCs, Smalls, for a hot second, I'm a out of game. Out of game. I think that if it's above board, and like, by the book, then I know a guy. But if it seems like we're edging more towards stealth, and you want to be like, I once worked with this former professional blitzball player named Jorge who mentioned doing stuff like that, then by all means, we'll go with Jorge the blitzball player. Like, I'm here for it. But I feel like between the two of us, we have the
Lawful.
encouragement to do that.
We
Sneaky.
know dudes. We
Why
know
don't
dudes.
I mean, the
We
other
know
thing you could
dudes.
do is roll and see, if you know a guy. But I will also say you also did just befriend Curran's guild, and they might know a guy.
I think DeLacy might know a guy too.
Nice, do it.
That was a 19.
Oh, DeLacy knows the guy.
Or he knows like 2 guys. You stack them together, get a bigger guy.
In a
They
big
kiss
trench
sometimes.
coat, yeah.
Big old shield guy. Yeah.
Big old shield guy.
Big
That's his
old
name.
shield guy.
Mhm.
You know what? I feel like in the past there was an assignment DeLacy went on where he was like, I might want a little extra padding for this, and some shielding protection was done on him and his partner to get them out of there safely because arrows were in play. And he was like, look, I'm fast, I ain't that fast.
I am also
No
allergic
need to chance it if you don't gotta.
The only
I'm
catch,
allergic to...
the only catch with DeLacy knowing a guy is it'll probably cost you something.
But the lovely thing about the way I wheel and deal, information is just as valuable as gold sometimes. Notice how long it took me to present this, as he gestures to his dossier.
What
Well, that's
we gotta
fair.
pay for it?
information do we have that would be suitable payment?
You'd be amazed. Sometimes it's a secret you overheard, sometimes it's gossip, sometimes it's as simple as your name. A name is a powerful thing.
Yeah, what does
a
the
little
D
wink at
stand
Lakey.
for?
He gives a little wink at Lakey. He goes, you didn't say the magic word. But I think I do know a fellow that can get us that spell.
I don't
Is it
suppose he's
a-
partial to recipes, is he?
You'd have to ask him, to be perfectly honest with you. Like I said, it's one of those things, it could be something really, really trivial, it could be something that's even harder to get than the shield spell.
If he likes info, we could tell him that the king and the queen are fighting.
But we don't know that, though.
It's in his journal. Or
We knew
Hale's
that
journal.
they fought,
Oh,
not that they're fighting.
Well, tension in the castle, no matter what, right? We know
Pretty high.
that.
Fair.
That's about as hot
Yeah.
as the goth gets, if I'm honest.
I mean,
Well, there you go.
logically, the king is a bit of an asshole, so he's likely going to agitate the situation. So, this could be a chronic thing. Given that he disowned his own daughter to marry her off.
I
All
think
the people know that.
I think the arranged marriage is. If we knew who she was arranged to, it might be a little bit more gossipy and worthwhile information.
I mean, you and her are friends. Have you ever mentioned it to you?
Friends is a strong word to
Loose term.
very loose. More like a forced friendship due to our family relation.
Alright, but does she talk to you? That stuff like this?
Not really.
The librarian kind of slithers her way over to you and says, I'm so sorry, we're actually closing in about 15 minutes. Did you guys want to check out any books before you leave?
Yes, I would like to check this one out, please.
Do we need library cards?
Well, I was gonna say, you did tell me that you're leaving town in a few days. I would much prefer if maybe somebody more local were to check them out. Just to be sure that they don't disappear on us.
We pile all of our books into Lakey and DeLacy's.
Lakey is making absolutely no eye contact with anybody.
Oh. He doesn't want to.
He met you people 2 days ago. He can't trust you with his
That's right.
library card. He's a perfect borrowing record. Y'all gotta prove yourself before you get trust like that.
Can I
Alright,
sign
I
you
rolled
for
a
a
nine.
card?
Does Saphira have a library card?
Yeah, I would say Saphira would have a library, or at least, would have, is a citizen. There wouldn't necessarily be a card as much as you are local. People would not be as worried about giving you things from their fancy libraries that you might take and disappear with forever.
Saphira will check out the books that they require.
Okay. Who's checking out what? Saphira checking out all of them?
Yes.
I think so, yeah. I rolled a 19 to notice that Leke looked a little miffed, so I was going to suggest, I mean, don't accept the books if you don't want them. So, yeah, I think probably they all got to Saphira.
Okay, and Lakey, are you checking out the portal book?
No, it was just to kind of see if there were any notes on the limits or extension of the power.
Yeah, it just says portal from one place to another. There's not really a whole bunch of limitations on it, so.
That's fine. We'll try it. It'll be fun. It'll be great. Nothing will go wrong.
You knock on some wood right now.
Nope.
Every D&D group's
I shan't.
famous last
Dude,
words.
I'm gonna pick up my dice and just swirl it. Just not even. Oh, I'm not even rolling. I'm picking up all these numbers. Ooh. Oh, that was a 20. That landed on a 20. I used that 20.
Oh my god.
But
Later.
so Saphira, you get up to the counter and she starts writing out what is essentially a contract for you to sign, which Lakey would be quite familiar with, as, the terms of these contracts are pre-printed and binding. And it very much says, if you lose these books, you will be responsible financially. If they are not returned and you still have them, you will be compelled to return them within 2 weeks of the due date.
Okay.
Which means that
Mind control shit.
just a little bit, there will be an itch in the back of your brain that will not go away until you return them. That will get worse and worse the longer you wait.
Bullshit.
As protection of the product.
She overlooks it and overviews the contract, definitely reads it, and is like, okay, we're getting these back in 2 weeks. She kind of says that to everybody.
Oh, so you have 2 weeks to read them, and then if you wait too long over the next 2 weeks, there'll be this nagging urge to return them constantly until you do so.
Oh, Saphira understands that. She doesn't want that. They're going back in 2 weeks.
Well, if Briar can help it, it's probably going to be returned in 2 days. So
yes, and
Wait. Is this a suspicious paper trail to leave?
I mean, not really. She's a local. She went to the library. It's not all that weird.
You're right.
Obviously, if the guards were like, "Hey, did anybody check out some books for runes?" They might, do that. But somebody taking out some runes in the middle of a festival, they might not think, "Oh yeah, let's go to the library and see who looks at runes necessarily."
Yeah.
Not right away.
And as you finish checking out, the clock chimes about 7 p.m. You guys have been in the library for several hours.
It's time.
Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh! Oh, damn it!
What's wrong with you?
I need to get changed and head to the Crock and Bowl.
Ah, you got a hot date?
Kind of.
Oh, I might remember some of this now. Okay.
Do you need a buddy?
You best hop, skip, and jump then, I'd say.
I don't think we should ambush this ex, boss. I don't know about
You should.
No. You're wrong.
Staying at the Crock and Bowl?
Well, I mean, they could enter the building, but I don't know, be a buddy right next to him showing up at this date.
Don't do that.
My
Please
voice
don't
got
do
really
that.
low all of a sudden. I don't know why that happened.
Right. Well, see, Here's my choice. You guys can probably continue on without me while I commit
You
to
know, I
this.
think technically I need to do like 2 more performances today at some point.
You have
so
one
I
more
should
to
really do that. Oh, just one more? Thank
Just one
God.
more.
Okay.
Ugh. Right.
I should probably do that. So yeah. I don't know that I can join a whole group activity either at this point.
So we either go on Briar's hot date, or we go see Morgan's performance.
Correct.
First, okay, hang on. It's not a date. It's
And
it's
what
an
is it?
appointment. To
I believe what you meant to say,
um,
Fox, is that we go on Briar's appointment that they needed to buy new impressive outfits for to share a meal with another person, or we go watch Morgan's wonderful performance.
Oh, you added wonderful. It's so sweet.
Okay,
Major's
Thanks,
Pat.
Nikki.
you did very nice. You did a good job.
Thanks.
And then, like, he just kind of like books it out of the library, starts heading
Oh.
for the tent.
Oh,
I guess I gotta follow him by. He's leading me
He
where
is-
I'm going.
You're all going to the train. There's both places you have to get on the train for. So you're all going to the same place.
When you take off ahead of somebody and then realize you're going to the same place.
I didn't say goodbye to anybody because he wasn't going to do that. All right, well, I'll see you later. And then they're all standing at the train station together.
Yeah, I'm gonna die of embarrassment
You'll
before
do
10 o'clock.
fine.
I'm gonna be fine.
you're gonna
Sugar,
do
you're gonna
just fine.
So who
Sugar, you're
all
gonna
is
do
going with
absolutely
Morrigan?
perfect.
And who all is going with Briar?
To witness this shit show.
I'll be going with Morgan, hands down. I don't need to see that shit.
If these are the options.
I don't need to,
Yes.
I don't need to see this shit.
I'm
Does
probably
Briar
gonna.
want anybody to like go with them, or do they want? Does you, Briar? Do you want to go by yourself?
I feel
No
that
hard
this is a. No,
Private.
I understand. This is one of those things that Briar would want to handle on their own because it feels like a core character thing to do.
But
Would you be offended if Boss went with Morgan?
No, he wouldn't
Okay.
be offended.
Okay. Because I didn't know if you just wanted him to like wait outside patiently, just like to be emotional support, just like.
That's really sweet.
Possibly,
I
do I
mean-
go be emotional support for Briar, or do I go with Morgan and DeLacy and accost DeLacy finally?
Oh my God, that would.
To his face.
Oh God, not that.
I didn't
But, like,
forget.
in the during a performance, so he can't get away. Trapped by the crowd.
Oh my God.
Enraptured.
Yes.
And I'm on stage. I can't do nothing about it. Oh man.
Nope.
So Briar is going on his own to the Crock and Bowl, and everybody else is going performance?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Briar, you are on your own, dude bro.
Poor
Yeah.
guy.
Dead man
got
walking.
You got this. You got this. You got this. You totally got this. 100%.
As you head out on
Can
the
anyone
train.
conjure a changing screen so I can get in my clothes?
I don't think I can. Let me look at what I can do. I could leave you a little bird that can tell you if people are coming and going. Or
But you got a room at the Cracker Bowl, right?
Yeah, I do. I if I get there early enough, I guess I could speed change and not rip the clothes.
I mean,
Yeah,
I could
you
do
could
like
do
a
that.
minor illusion on you if you wanted, I guess, but it's not going to change you into real clothes.
Yeah, It's fine. It'll be fine.
I just remember this is a person, okay? You're acting like this is everything. It's just some person. And there's probably a reason you're not with them anyway.
Mm.
What? I'm divorced. It's not a big deal.
Oh,
Not a big deal.
I guess that's fair.
Sometimes it's better. Saying.
Maybe. Well, I don't know. It feels weird. And it feels weird. But it's so minor compared to what we're trying to do.
Not for you, it ain't, clearly.
But apparently so. So I need to address it. I need to meet it head on, and then I'll be able to go gun ho. Cannon ho. Whichever.
You got it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I believe in you.
Thanks, boss.
Oh, you'll be fine.
Yeah, you're a doctor. You got it.
Yeah, I've probably handled worse cases, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be fine. He's just going to potentially be my boss, but it's fine.
Oh,
Don't go
We'll
mixing
find you
business and
another
pleasure,
job.
sugar. Don't go mixing business and pleasure, sugar. Don't do it.
Yeah, that's probably wise.
Always ends bad.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a workplace thing. That sounds like a shit show.
But you'll be fine. You'll be
Yeah.
fine.
What a mysterious and intriguing thing DeLacy has just said.
I don't know, has he?
For the record, I rolled my eyes on that one.
All right. So as you guys
Boy,
board the
this
train,
train ride is long.
I was gonna say, as you guys are on the train, the sun is starting to set, and you are headed back into town. It's a lot shorter of a ride for Briar because the way that the Silverthorn is set up, it's only one district or so away, whereas Lusari, you got to go around like half the loop to get back to the main area. So Briar, you can escape and change into your clothes, and the rest of you can scuttle off into the concert performance area.
I'm fine. This is gonna be fine. I'm fine. It's fine.
Before Briar gets off the train, can DeLacy try and encourage him a little bit?
Yeah, absolutely.
Genuinely encourage him. Now, you start to get a little too shaky in your knees. Here's what you do: you look yourself in the mirror and remind yourself you is kind, you is smart, you is important, you is valuable. You hear me? You repeat it as many times as you need to till you actually fucking believe it. Okay?
Right. I'm kind. I'm smart. And I'm important.
What's the fourth thing?
I missed it.
I have value.
I have value. Okay.
Whatever time this takes, lead with your integrity and follow with your heart. It'll be fine. Gives him a little pat on the shoulder.
I appreciate that, Mr. Lacey. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So he gets off the train. Darts into his room so he can get changed, and then waits in the dining area.
Okay. Do you wait at a table? Do you wait at the bar?
What?
Do you wait at a table or do you wait at the bar?
Being at the bar would have me mostly standing, so he could see me easier.
Oh no, they have bar stools.
Bar stools, yeah. So probably like half sit on a bar stool and try not to look like I'm about to throw up.
All right, and I don't want to call it here necessarily, but it is 10 p.m. It might be a good thing to save for next time. Was there anything you guys wanted to wrap up on the other side of folks who are going back to the festival for the other performance of the night?
Is Saphira still carrying all the books?
Yes.
Or did-
Unless
No,
people have
Fox
like
offers to carry them.
divvied them out, which you guys did not say, but I will let you have done.
I'll carry them.
Right.
Okay, good to me.
That would be my suggestion. We devied.
I got big strong muscles.
Well, I'm not crushing my flowers, so you guys can divvy that up however you want. Back home, I always had to pick up everything. I don't have to do that here.
Yeah, you're too small.
All right,
Too
fuck
important.
you.
Too famous.
All right, you divvy up the books to the appropriate people, however you want to do that, and the rest of you head on into the festival. Morgan, you need to go find Mahalia.
I sure do, and who knows where the hell she is. She wanders. I need to make a dice
with
roll.
Grandma Quickstep, so.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, are they still talking after all these hours?
I would actually like you to give me a die roll to see if you can spot her.
Oh no, I got a 2.
She is nowhere in sight. You do not see
God.
her.
Lakey, can you help me out?
No.
I'm Mahalia.
Lakey's gonna straighten up to his full height and see if he can spot either Mahalia or his grandmother. With 17!
That's pretty good. I will say you definitely spot your grandmother, because you're used to looking for those ears. Unlike the rest of your family, she doesn't really tie them back. She just lets them do whatever. She don't care as much, but she does have like nice beaded bands around the base just for decoration.
I don't see Mahalia, but my grandmother's over there. Perhaps she can give us a lead.
Oh yeah, she's the last one we saw with her, right? So yeah. Also, I don't think I met her. So I could say hi real quick.
I would be happy to introduce you.
Nice.
You guys can make your way over. And she and Mahalia are just yucking it up. They're having a great time.
There you go. Ahalia's short. She can be hard to see.
I'm used to.
She's
looking
shorter than
for
I
them.
am. Don't give me those looks. Oh, hi there. Sorry to interrupt. I think I'm probably gonna need to perform again soon, right? So.
Oh, this is Morgan. This is my lovely assistant, my student, my wonderful pupil.
Oh, shut up.
You know, she's really coming into her own as a performer. You should watch her perform. And the grandmother goes, "Yeah, I watched her earlier. I did."
I think she was here for that, yeah.
Mahalia is a little bit drunk.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
What?
No.
None of us can believe that.
Morgan is slightly bummed out that Mahalia didn't notice her whole new dress and everything, but that's all right.
Oh, I forgot you were wearing it. I'm sorry.
I got you. Boss is gonna waddle up.
Notice me, Mom.
Be like,
Yeah.
yeah, and he's gonna do like the whole like Will Smith like the dress.
Okay, boss. No, we're not doing this.
Oh,
We're not doing this.
Oh,
What's happening right now?
We're not doing this. I'm just trying to meet someone. Hello, Mrs. Quickstep? Do you have a different surname?
I do have a surname. It's difficult to pronounce for the average person. You can just call me Grandma. Or Grandmama, as most of my grandchildren call me.
Are you sure? I mean, I could give your first name a go if that's easier.
Nagataman.
Nagataman.
There you go. Not bad.
Like he's looking at me like I did it bad, actually. I'm sorry, Grandmama. It is.
No, you did wonderfully. I was just going to explain that in our culture, we think of everyone as being connected. So grandmothers are grandmothers, and aunts are aunts, and uncles, and brothers are brothers, and sisters are sisters.
Yeah. My family's a lot like that.
All right, that's
It's
cool. Yeah.
It's
all right.
lovely to meet you. And your name was Morgan?
Yeah. Morgan Fleck holds out a hand to shake.
She very happily shakes your hand.
Lakey's been great helping me around everywhere. Good job raising him, I guess. I don't know. Is that something people say?
He's a very strong boy. He mostly raised himself amid the chaos of a large family, but he's always been a good boy.
Well, that explains how he handles our chaos pretty well.
So this is Boss and Fox, and just no actual reflection. Just we're gonna do the rest of the introductions now. A few people are
Do you
done.
like my outfit, Grandma?
Say what?
Do you like my outfit?
Your outfit is lovely, dear.
Thank you.
Very Ashrani of you. I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
I don't know what that
Oh,
means.
Boss is gonna be like,
The Ashrani are the same people with the dragons.
Ooh. It's my destiny to ride that dragon.
Grandma said so. Grandma
Grandma said so.
Yeah.
Grandma says go.
yeah, Grandma.
But she shakes
Yeah,
all
I'm
of
with
your hands in turn and says, "Oh, it's so nice to meet all of you. Are you all of Lakey's friends?" It's just I've never seen him bring you home
Lakey's
before.
gotta answer that. I don't think we get to decide if we're his friends.
Oh, we're his friends.
I met them through work, but they are proving to be stout companions.
So they're your friends?
Fine, they're my friends.
Wonderful.
Wow, this is a lot of pressure.
By the way, Mahalia is down on her knees, like, examining the fabric of your gown and goes, "Morgan, did you grow new wings? What are these?"
Are you fucking serious? Yeah, the new wings. The new wings that drape over my whole body, Mahalia. Yeah.
Where did your legs go?
Oh, it actually is a really long fucking train,
Oh,
Mahalia.
she's white girl wasted. Oh no.
That's it.
White girl wasted!
There's not a white claw to be found in this tent.
No, she drank all of them.
None of that weak shit. No.
But eventually you managed to calm Mahalia down and be like, "No, this is a dress. I bought a dress." And then she's like, "Oh, it is pretty. It's very pretty. I like it. Very nice. Open
Thanks,
back."
right. Well, it's gotta be open back. What am I gonna do? Crunch my wings? Anyway, I guess I'll be heading backstage to get ready for stuff. Are you going to perform, Mahalia? You probably need to rest.
I can perform. I've performed many times. I can perform.
Yeah, but if you wanted to, sit this one out, that would be fine too. I'm doing an insight check.
Grandmother share a look she's performing right now. It's all a performance. She's fine.
Nakatamen
Kira is behind all of them and blushed when Lakey said that she was a friend.
Aw.
Because
Oh,
Saphira doesn't have friends.
Oh.
You do now.
Grandma said so. Fox is
You do
riding a
now.
dragon.
This is
Got friends. The two prophecies of Grandma.
But
you do now. This is a friend.
Lakey, you make eye contact with your grandmother, and she kind of waves a hand and goes, "It's fine. It's fine. She'll be fine." And Mahalia makes a beeline for the backstage area, getting ready to perform.
Okay, yeah.
A mock line?
Oh no.
I was sipping. How dare you stole it?
Morgan's gonna try to get Mahalia like some water, some bread if there's
Coffee.
anything on the way, some coffee if there's any that happens to be on the way. But yeah, she's not gonna argue with her anymore, so.
I think you are able to hand Mahalia some water from like one of like the backstage refreshment areas or something, and get her to drink it, which she happily does, not realizing it's water until it's already down her throat. It's gone.
Okay,
She's drunk it. It's
for the
gone.
best.
And she goes, "Well, that wasn't what I thought that was," and just kind of keeps rolling. And Nakatamen leaves over to Lakey, who's not backstage yet, I assume, and says,
No.
"Don't worry. I don't think I ever saw her perform sober until today. She'll be fine."
That sounds about right, yeah.
She strikes me as someone who can handle anything but a map. And maybe a straight answer.
Yeah.
There are many things that moth cannot handle, but yes, a map is a very important one to remember. I can't tell you the number of times that stupid moth got us lost on a quest.
You've told me some of them.
Oh my god.
Are you saying she really mossed it up? Yeah, that was a
This is
strength.
Boss.
I'm sorry.
Boss,
Good effort, though.
your puns are delightful. You would get along well with my nephew.
Oh, what's your nephew's name?
I didn't think that far ahead.
Oh, sorry. Okay, I didn't know what that was like. Okay, boss.
No, actually,
Johnny.
Shawan Jr.
Nice.
I'm stealing that because that was Lakey's grandpa's name. But Lakey's grandpa has unfortunately passed away, so we have Shawan Jr.
He got bored. He was all like, "This living stuff is for chumps.
Uh,
I'm gonna go do cool afterlife stuff."
Fair.
Okay.
So I think we will leave off the episode there, with Morrigan and Mahalia getting ready to perform, and our poor doctor getting ready to meet his fiance? ?
Doom.
And we will pick up next week.
Don't miss it. It's gonna be amazing.
It's gonna be something.
Gotta be something.
It will
Things
be
will happen.
what it will be. All right. Well, thank you guys for coming and hanging out and watching us, and we will see you guys next week. Bye.
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 Goodbye.